All right, now let's do one that's going to come out to a fraction. So I'm going to skip, let's do number 13 right here, where we've got 400, 200, 100. You see they're going down, so this is going to be a ratio that's lower than 1. Well, 200 divided by 400, that's going to simplify down to just 1/2. 100 divided by 200 is also 1/2. So the common ratio here is 1/2. The starting value was 400. And remember, we want to find a to the 7th. We want to find that 7th term. So using your formula, a to the n is equal to the ratio times, your initial value. Yeah, there we go. I had them in the wrong spots. Initial value times the ratio to the n minus 1. So a to the 1 times r to the n minus 1. So a to the n is equal to 400 times r to the n minus 1. That can be used to find any term in our sequence. Now let's specifically try to find the 7th term. So a to the 7th would be equal to 400 times my ratio, which is 1/2, to the 7 minus 1. Well, 7 minus 1 is 6. So we've got 400 times 1/2 to the 6th, and then when I calculate it, I get 6.25. Or if you change this into a fraction, because some of you may have done this, it would be 25/4 when you simplify it. So if they're getting smaller, your common ratio is going to be a fraction, and you're raising a fraction to an exponent. Let's get number, let's go to number 18. So we've got 8, 12, and 18. Well, 12 divided by 8, that gives me 1/2. Change it to a fraction, 3/2. So there's 3/2. 18/12 also does reduce down to 3/2. So there's our common ratio. Our initial value is 8. Now we'll plug that into our formula. So a to the n would be equal to 8 times 3/2 to the n minus 1. That is for any number. We want to find the 7th term. So a to the 7th is equal to 8 times 3/2 to the 7 minus 1. 7 minus 1 is 6, so 8 times 3/2 raised to the 6th. And I got 729/8 is the fraction value. If you did this as a decimal, you would have gotten 91.125. So either way, if you put it in as a fraction, that's what you get. If you put it in as a decimal, that's what you get. Now, I'll go ahead and just put the answers on these if you want to just check your final answers and you want to work those out later. So the final answer here on 14 is 15,625. The final answer here on 15 is negative 4,096. The final answer on number 16 is just 1. And the final answer here is 384. Just in case you want to work those out later and see if you know how to do these, you can check your answers with those. Now, let's look at 19 and 20. It says the table to the left shows a car's value for 3 years after its purchase. First it says write a rule, and then it asks the value of the car after 10 years. So, the rule just means our formula. Now, the years, they're going up by 1 each time. The value is our y's. This is what we really want. So, let's use our formula here. A to the n would be equal to 10,000, that's our initial value, times our ratio. We need to find our ratio. So 8,000 divided by 10,000, 0.8, or 4/5. 6,400 divided by 8,000, 0.8, or also 4/5. So 4/5 to the n minus 1. That is our rule. What will the value of the car be after 10 years? All we have to do is plug in 10 for the n. So a to the 10 be equal to 10,000 times 4/5 raised to the 10 minus 1. So 10,000 times 4/5 raised to the 9th. And when I do that, I get this long value. Now with money, you only go 2 decimal places, so that's 7, rounds that 7 up to an 8. So it's $1,342.18. Right, that's it for the notes. On your assignment, here's what you need to do. So, this is your assignment, geometric sequences, homework 6-7. The first 6 just says, identify if it's a geometric sequence. If yes, give me the common ratio. Then we need to find the next 3 terms in the sequence. So take that ratio, multiply it out. Write an equation to find the nth term. So all you're doing is getting the equation for these ones. And then on the bottom, find the equation first, and then plug it in and see how it is to the 6th term. All right? That's your assignment. Good luck. Hope you guys do well.